It's a little empty here, but it's all good. As people to hear, let he who has an ear hear. So, I'm gonna be doing a piece called Grace. So, originally it's a cover of a song by a guy named Antoine. And normally it has a track to it, but I'm gonna use it as poetry. This is like performance poetry. So, this is Grace. So we got it on my phone, so that's what I did. I was sicker than a sickle, fickler than fickle, no alcohol, but I was tipsy, I couldn't see. Every action a blur, no memories, throwing up the bowel and then chucks of them bitter dreams. Each step was a struggle on the roadside. Sitting inside the car, I felt my hopes die. Feeling along the scars where they poke knives, wincing up in the dark, I bled the whole time. They threw me into a cellar. They locked me, put me in the cage with the killers. I begged them, please let me out and I'll give up every wrong thing I've done. I'll give up. The freedom tasted so sweet, but I got comfy. I lifted those feet, went back into the mess I found myself in. The cycle continued on with no end, but grace, 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 grace has saved me. Grace, 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 grace has saved me. I went full force, back into the sinning, bobblehead spinning, spending several nights with all these women in my vision, eyes running dry at every image, robbing my integrity like candy from cheering the picnic boys suffered. I was right there at the supper, served with my words, but inside I had a love for greed and desire, so I split my trust asunder. I watched him go up the hill. I whipped him, and I watched him bleed. I nailed him to the cross in between two thieves. I lifted the sponge to his lips to drink. I heard him shout, Eli lama sabachthani. I was there. The blood on his hands when he died, I was there. They told me the man is alive. I was scared to look into his face, but then he said, I love you. Sin is no place. You're saved by grace, 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 grace has saved you. Grace, 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 grace has saved you. Romans 5:1, Ephesians 2:8. We can celebrate, 'cause we are saved by grace. We are saved by grace. We are saved by grace. 'Cause he was crucified, laid behind that stone, and he lived to die, rejected and alone, like a rose trampled on the ground. He took the fall and fought me, yeah, above all.